जय हिंद एवरीवन, आई विवेक पांडे वेलकम यू ऑल इन टारगेट डिफेंस फोर्सेस। इस वीडियो में हमने मॉक इंटरव्यू लिया है अक्षिता भाटिया का, जो अभी रिसेंटली रिकमेंड हुई है अपने 9th अटेम्प्ट में फॉर एसएससी टेक एंट्री। इट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, सो मस्ट वॉच द इंटरव्यू टिल द एंड। Akshita Bhatia.
Yes,
How are you,
sir.
Akshita?
I am good at sir. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Akshita, please tell me, like, how was your day and what all things did you do today since morning to till now? Please tell me, please break your day. Tell me about all the activities that you have done so far.
Okay, sir. So today was like I got up a bit late in the morning, as usually I get up around 5:30 to 6 in the morning. I got up around 7 as I slept late yesterday, and the start of the day was very good. And I worked out a little bit, did yoga, and made some breakfast for myself, and had tea with my parents. Then I left for the office. In the office, did some office work, and had kadhi chawal today in my lunch. And then I came back around 6 from my office, and then I had some tea. I have been preparing for the interview till then.
Okay. So, after having tea, you were preparing for the interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you done with the dinner or not?
No, sir.
Will you be taking dinner or will you?
No, sir. I have taken a light dinner around 7 p.m.
You follow the preparing routine or like for today especially?
No, sir. I usually follow the same routine. I ate before around 8:30. I eat before that.
Okay. So you won't be eating anything after this interview, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Akshita, please tell me, like you mentioned that you did yoga in the morning, a bit workout, and then you had tea, then you went to office work, eat curry chawal over there. Please tell me about, like, is this your daily routine or today especially you have done this time?
It is my daily routine, sir. But my daily routine is a bit more productive as compared to today. Because I get up around 5:30, and then the workout is a bit more as compared to the yoga that I did today. So that is one thing. And I adjust some study routine in the morning as well. So
But they mentioned today that you slept late night yesterday. Basically.
yes, I.
You woke up a bit late today. What is
Yes.
general routine? What time generally you wake up?
So I wake up around 5:30 to 6 in the morning.
Then
Generally,
what
yeah.
do you do?
So after that, I go and have like my workout, 1 hour my workout goes in. Then at 7 I come in, and then like just getting ready at around 7:15, and I step to
Tell me
study.
about your office routine basically. What did you do like once you went there? How you started your day? Please tell me about that thing. I'm quite interested in knowing about your work profile and what sort of activities you indulge in and what sort of work profile you indulge in over there. Please tell me about that. And also mention something about your staff members, total how many staff is there in your office, and how do you communicate with them? And generally, who are you closest to in your office? Please do tell me about that.
Yes, sir. Sir, when I went today, there were 2 counselings waiting for me. Basically, I am working in e-counseling department of National Informatics Center as a quality assurance engineer. So there we usually test that the applications are running fine or not, and the functional testing and the load testing is done by me. So to take out the errors, that is the work of the team. And e-counseling department is actually conducting all these applications like CTET, NEET, and CBSE results, and everything related to the government applications, they come under our department. So we have to test and run these applications whether they are running fine or not. So this is the work. And previously,
There are 2 counselings are waiting for you. But you mentioned 2
Yes, sir.
counselings are waiting for you.
Yes, sir.
They invite 2 counselings are waiting for you.
Sir, this is the month that most of the people now are joining for their like waiting for their joining in the colleges and in the exams. Exams are happening. CTEC exam just happening. So all these things are happen in the June, July, August, and October. These 4 months. So this is quite of the hectic time that is there, and around 35 counseling have been reported to our testing team of 3 like quality assurance engineers. So there is a lot of work. And today only, there were 2 counselors that were waiting for me only. So that I said.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so you along with your team, you started working over that, right? Find out the errors. You have mentioned
Yes, sir.
take out the errors. What sort of errors do you look after? Please tell me about that.
Sir, basically we do the functional testing. Functional testing includes that firstly, is the login page working or not? And login page is having a lot of credentials. Firstly, like the application number that you are entering, then the password is correct or not, and then the captcha is correct or not, and then the link is working or not, and just entering the incorrect captcha if that is working or not. So these are the all things. Firstly, this is a login page only. Then after that, inside the applications, there are further given tasks.
Akshita, like tell me one thing. You mentioned that you are working with National Informatics Center.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me what is this National Informatics Center?
So this is an IT consultancy organization that is working with the government. All the government applications and all the government exams is conducted by NIC only. So this is the work of NIC, and it was established in around 1940s. So it's that old, and since then,
Is it a government organization or a private organization?
so it is a government organization.
Okay, so are you a government employee currently?
No, sir, I am a private employee, and I'm working on a contractual basis with NIC.
So why are you not a permanent employee of NIC?
Sir, I have not yet given the exam that is related to the recruitment of the NIC.
Why?
So there is exam that is sir, I have not prepared till now the syllabus. So I am
Why
actually
did you, don't you want to continue with this NIC and want to be a permanent member of that?
sir, of course I would want to be that, but that would require sort of preparation, and I have not done that till now. So
why you're lacking behind in the preparation part? Please tell me about that.
sir, I am dedicated towards joining defense forces, and that is why I have not yet started preparing for NIC exam.
Okay, you're dedicated towards joining defense forces.
Yes, sir.
How many examinations you have written after your graduation for defense? And
Sir,
those examinations.
Okay, sir. Sir, I have written around like 5 APCAT examinations, and I've cleared all of those. And 2 CDS examinations I could not clear. And sir, yes, other than that, I have appeared for the SSC technical entry.
Now the technical entry is the SSBs, right? I'm talking
Yes.
about written examination. You have given only 7 examinations.
Yes,
5 after 2 CDS. When did you complete your graduation?
2021.
21. So like how many FPET were you eligible for giving after 21?
Sir, 1 in 2021 and 2022 and 23. Like 2 in 2022, 2 in 2022. So total 5.
This is like not in 2024?
No, sir.
Okay. So you have given all the examination. Why didn't you give all the examination of CDS?
Sir, CDS, like I gave in the last in 2023, 2 examinations I have given. And sir, first in the initial attempts, I felt that I was not yet prepared for those for that, and that is why in the upcoming attempts I couldn't clear as well. So yeah.
But you're saying that you are preparing your dedicated defense aspirant. But it doesn't make
Yes,
you a
sir.
dedicated aspirant, the one who was not able to clear examination. What was the reason why you're not able to clear the examination? Why were you not focused?
Sir, this is clearly an answer that I was not focused. I was irresponsible in the time of the CDS examination that requires much more efforts as compared to the AFCAT examination.
You were
Easy to crack.
irresponsible?
Sir, irresponsible regarding the studies. I was maybe not that much focused towards clearing the CDS, and that is why I was left with 2 to 3 marks in the attempts that I have given.
Okay, why were you irresponsible?
Sir, it can be due to management of the time and not studying the correct material. Sometimes it's like that, and sometimes I am not able to, gather the notes making and the revision that is.
Okay, tell me, like after 2021, like once you completed your BTech, after that, what did you do?
Sir, after that, there was a placement of Global Techno Services from our college only, and I got the placement. And I worked there for 4 to 5 months. Then after that, I joined National Informatics Center, and I've been working here around 2 years now.
Okay, like you mentioned that you worked in the initial company for 4 to 5 months. Why only for
Yes, sir.
4 to 5 months? Was it an internship or was it your just job?
Sir, I got placed in Global Techno Service. It was job, and the job was particularly related to human resources and other things that not related to my field, and that is why I
So,
like
at the time
wanted to
you
join
applied
NIC.
for that job or you got appointed for the job, or you once you got like placed in that company,
Yes,
why
sir.
did you know about the profile, which profile you were applying for that time?
Sir, in that company, it was clearly written that it was related to IT, but then we were not introduced to the concept, and I waited for it for the initial 2 3 months. But then, when I did not get any like response of that training in that kind of job, so I wanted to switch, and then I wanted to explore another company. So herein I got a government platform at in which we are working at live applications. So
What was your
it was
package that
much
time?
more.
How much package you got placed in?
So that was around 3.6 lakhs. per annum. Yeah.
If you are earning 3.6 lakh rupees from annum, what will be your monthly salary?
So 30,000.
What is the package that you have bought over here?
So currently I'm having 5 lakhs per annum.
You have been working for 2 years and you're not able to, you're able to fix your salary of 5 lakh per annum only, right? So, people in the IT sector, that's a great growth, right?
Yes, sir.
They could have gone for more than 10 lakh rupees per annum or 12 lakh rupees per annum. They're still in 5 lakh rupees per annum. Why so?
Sir, when I appeared in NIC, it was just 2022, 1 year, and then I was not having any knowledge of the like previous experience. Like the previous experience was of HR, and it was just about 4 to 5 months only. So they did count it as an experience, and they recruited me as a fresher only. So then after that,
How did you apply for NIC?
NIC. Sir, one of my friend was actually working in NIC. She was my classmate, Anjali. So she actually gave my referral in NIC, and then I gave the exam and then the interview here.
So, what Anjali is doing currently?
Anjali is in cybersecurity department of NIC.
Okay, she's also working here.
Yes, yes.
What's her package?
Oh, sir, I have not asked that.
You must be knowing about that, right? She's your,
No, sir, I do not know about it.
any idea? More than you or less than you?
Sir, I do not know.
Anyways, do you have good contact with Anjali?
Sir, sometimes I meet her. Sometimes. Whenever she, during the breaks.
Akshay, you mentioned about your today's routine, right? But I'm not able to find that. How do you keep yourself updated regarding current affairs? You didn't mention about anything regarding that. Please tell me about how to keep yourself like mentally updated regarding current affairs.
Sir, usually in the office timings, whenever I get break sometimes, then my friends, they also read newspapers. Because one of my friends, Rakesh sir, he is also preparing for IAS. So we discuss that sometimes. And sometimes whenever I get back at home in the evening, I go through some news that is related to the current happenings.
Please tell me about what are the current happenings. I just want one national importance news. What is the highest importance right now? One of international importance. One is of defense importance, and one is from your own state or the UT where you are living currently.
Okay, sir, related to national importance, recently just elections have happened. So that is the news of the national importance. And NDA was the winning government, and BJP has again formed like an alliance, and then Prime Minister Modi is having his third term. That is the national news. And sir, related to Delhi, sir, Arvind Kejriwal recently got arrested due to the Delhi liquor policy case.
What was that Delhi liquor policy? Because it was very much common, right? Please explain me about that and that.
Sir, like there were actually allegations on the government of Delhi that they were using the money of, like, they were giving the private license to the private vendors of the liquor, those who were blacklisted and those who were not having, they gave some amount of money to have that license. So they were using this amount of money to for their campaignings and other things in the Goa and the Punjab. So these were the allegations. And according to
Are you sure? Are you sure these are the allegations or something different was there?
yes, sir, I'm sure.
Okay. So what happened finally? Like how, like if they were assuming that something wrong is happening, how did they come with a proper proof so that the Arvind Kejriwal is behind the bars right now?
Sir, firstly, the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena, he complained it to the CBI, and there was a proper CBI investigation that was on the excise minister that at that time, that was Mr. Manish Sisodia. So he was taken, he was also questioned, and the other things that were related to, I don't remember the exact name of the person, was something Arora, and he was actually caught in the business that he has given money. So with this, Manish Sisodia was caught, and then as it was under him, and Arvind Kejriwal was also questioned by CBI, but then there was no proof of anything. So that is why it then transferred the case and transferred to the Enforcement Directorate, because it is under the PMLA Act. So that is how he.
I got a lot about Enforcement Directorate. Can you please help me out what these bodies are? Like what does ED means and what is the basic role of ED? How does it work? Please tell me about that then.
Okay, so sir, ED is actually related to all the money laundering cases and the corruption cases that are happening inside the country. So that is how our chief minister is also arrested, and whenever any minister is arrested in this case, it is very difficult to get out. So that is also I have heard, and according to the data, like 95% of the ministers that are of the opposition parties, they are arrested by the ED. So that is also very much questioning thing.
Okay, like who is the current Enforcement Directorate officer?
So I not have any idea about it.
Anyway, tell me a few more things. Like you mentioned about national news and Delhi news, right? Third news, international one.
International. Oh, sir, international. International. Okay, sir. International news is like in the Middle East. A lot of things are happening. Israel Palestine war is happening, and with this a lot of other things have happened. Iran and Israel conflicts happened, and then Houthis rebels were there. So many things were related that were happening.
What is Houthi rebels? Please explain about Houthi rebels. Who are Houthi rebels and why this name is given to these people, and what is their basic aim? What they want to do?
Sir, Houthi rebels were from they were from Yemen, and they were the people that were standing against the problems that were given to their communities. So that against the president, they were standing against the then president, and then they actually were funded by other Muslim countries like Iran. So that is how their identity came into the world. And then Houthi rebels are currently they were in the news because they stopped the ships from going, USA and Israel's and UAE ships from going, and then India was also coming in between. And on the other hand, Iran and Russia were their friends, so they allowed the ships to go through the Red Sea.
Akshita, please tell me about from where you got motivation to join defense forces, and also tell me about, if I ask Akshita plus 11th or 12th, what is her aim in life? What she would be saying?
So, my motivation to join Defense Forces is basically the lifestyle of it. Since I was in 8th standard, I actually was very much motivated to join Defense Forces because seeing some social media and seeing the lifestyle of defense people, I was very much attracted towards it. Then I came in 9th standard and I met one of my acquaintance, and he is currently a fighter pilot, flying lieutenant. And with that, I met him, and then I got much more inspired. Then the zeal to join the Defense Forces was much more. And if you will talk to 11th and 12th Akshata, she will also be equally excited to join the Defense Forces. But she will be a little bit.
But Akshara, why did you go for BA or BSc? A normal course which would have helped you out to clear your written exams of CDS also, right? Please tell me about why didn't you go there? Why have you wasted the money of your parents? Because you have done BTech from Triple E. Right now you are pursuing career in the IT sector. Please tell me about this particular basic variation. How can you vary this much?
Sir, I wanted to have a strong backup plan, and BTech was that strong backup plan to me, because at that time there was a lot of boom going of the IT industry jobs. So that is why I wanted to go for the BTech.
Okay. Now tell me about why you have gone for IT job from Triple E branch. You have just wasted your engineering over there, right? Because the programming you must have learned over here, or you're not doing the programming basically. Tell me about why you have switched your job, and why didn't you go to your core companies rather to going in the IT companies? Please tell me about that.
So this has a long backstory, because I wanted to actually go for the CSIT only. And like I had an option in my mind that I'll go for CSIT or I'll go for Triple E. So as I gave the IPU CET exam after my 12th, I was I got a rank of around 18,000. And with that, I was not getting the branches of CSIT. And that is how I landed up in the electrical and electronics engineering, and which equally actually excited me. But as I was much more focused in the IT, I actually talked to my HOD in my second year. So he suggested me that as the syllabus of first and second year were common, and third and fourth were having core knowledge. So he suggested me to have this study of the electrical and electronics engineering. And in the placement time, he told me that they will be hiring on the basis of the skill set that a person is having, and not on the basis of the background they're from. So that is how.
I understand. So Akshita, now please tell me a few more things. So you mentioned about all these things, that how you have, please tell me about your preparation journey this time. Like you have got last time conference out. After that, how differently you have prepared this time? Tell me about that. Then also tell me about what special things or tasks you have added to your daily routine that is helping you out to get recommended. Please tell me about that.
Okay, so sir, last time I got conference out, I actually introspected much more as I did in the previous attempts, and I focused on my personality more. I thought that when in the last attempt, I thought that I was getting a little bit more analytical towards the tasks. Like every task, I was fearing that if it did well or I did not do well, like that. So that fear, this time I'm trying to remove, and I have worked on that. Firstly,
how that? Yeah.
Sir, basically, it is the fear of performing. It is the fear of performing in front of the people in just unknown, in the 11th hour. You don't know, and then you just catch upon. So that I have worked upon in my office, like interacting with a lot of people that I do not know, and conducting the presentations. I have taken initiative to conduct the presentations. Earlier, I used to get a bit hesitative about it. So this time, and another thing is there's a organization called Toastmasters. So I did attend 2 or 3 of their sessions as well, because in that organization, they actually make you speak, and they just give you topics sometimes that is related to life. So that is
But I feel that you're a good speaker basically. You can speak well. You are a good articulator also, right? So your orating skills are pretty good. So why was the need of learning English or learning how to speak in English? Please tell me about that.
Sir, thank you first of all to say that I am good orator, but I think that like taking out initiative, and whenever sometimes you're having things in your mind, and then with a lot of analyzation in yourself, you're not able to express it very carefully and very like in a very good way. You become verbose, and when you become verbose, you let out information that is not required. So that sometimes makes things haphazard. So that I have worked upon. And articulation, sir, I do not think that articulation was very good. So that is what I worked upon. And on the other hand, sir, I have actually interacted with a lot of people that I like my guard, the maid in my office. Like knowing them personally actually makes you a lot more emotionally strong, and like removes that hesitation out of you. So I have actually tried that as well.
Understood, Akshita. Akshita, now please tell me a few more things. Like apart from your, like I've got a brief idea about your job profile also. Please tell me something about your friend circles. Who are your close friends and who do you consider your best friend? Also, tell me about the last help that you have given to your best friend and the last help that he or she has given to you.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, I have a lot of friends, be it my school, be it my college, office. And with that, there's now a wide age also included in it. So with this, in my school friends are like my best friend is Chinmay and Snehpreet. And in my college, it was Prerna and Divyanshu. And in my office, I have Uma ma'am and Shivam, Akash. So these are my friends and colleagues that I interact with. And the best friend that I have is my college mate, Divyanshu. He is currently serving, like he's in academy in OTA. And the last help that I have given him is like currently he actually called me to have an to give out an affidavit that was related to the all the advocate work. So because his parents are in like another country, and he is all alone there, so no one is there in Delhi. So he contacted me for that. So I helped him out with with an advocate friend of mine, and then I did all the document work of him. Then I posted him. And last help that he has given me, sir, that was in the time of the COVID. I actually was not having laptop, and there were all the examinations that were conducted during the online online examinations. So he was having 2-3 laptops. That was a very big help that he had given me at that time.
Okay. Just tell me about whenever you are having a free time, what generally do you do along with your friends? Please tell me about that time. Whenever you are having a company of your friends or group of your friends and you have a total free time. Free time means you are having 6-7 hours free. Totally free. You can do anything. What are the basic activities or things that you want to pursue or do at that very moment?
So firstly, it depends upon time. If it is in the morning time that I'm having a free time, then I would prefer morning or evening time. I would prefer to go out, work out, and that is like according to me the best time pass. And on the other hand, if I am having a time at like in the noon hours, I will certainly play ukulele. I will write. I love writing. And on the other hand, I love to play chess. So for the past few months, I have been playing chess. So, and when I am with friends, so if I am inside, like we will like have something like food or something. And if we are outside, we can probably go to some place that is like to explore outside. For example, we have gone to National Museum of Arts. Then we have gone to some mall. All these things.
Okay, anyways. Not every one thing, like you mentioned, the noon time, generally you go for some other activities, right? Tell me one thing. Like, how did you manage your studies as well as extracurricular hours in your college time? And also tell me about what were the activities that you were the part of in your college?
Sir, in college, I felt that I like opened up a lot, because in my school time, I was like a bit shy, and I wanted to open up, and I was lacking confidence. So in my college, I joined debating society. And then I joined the literary society of our college, and I was already good at sports, so I joined the sports as well. And then I learned basketball in my college. And other than that, sir, I played kabaddi and I played like a lot of other things that were related to athletics. So yes, sir.
Okay, you have played athletics in your college also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like what was your record? And like basically, how was your performance in the college athletics team?
Sir, like last time I played in my college, that was in 2019. Then after that, it was COVID. So in 2019, I was the sports person of the year, women category. So like I won like gold medal in my 200 long jump, 100 meters. Yes, sir.
Okay, you won gold medal in all the activities, right?
Yes, sir.
Short
Right.
events.
Okay. So actually, you are very good at sports. I'm able to see from your PIQ also. Why did you think of making career in the sports itself?
Yes, sir. In the starting, actually, in my school time, I used to think like this. Like I would maybe becoming a sports champion, but then my inclination towards defense actually grew stronger, and I would take sports as my enjoying enjoying activities type thing. So that was the thing.
Okay. Tell me something about Indian Army, and also tell me about, suppose you will be getting recommended, where will you be trained and for how long you will be trained? What is your total training duration? And after that, what choices will you be given for opting, and what are your priorities?
Okay, so sir, about the Indian Army, the role of the Indian Army is to protect our nation from the external aggression and from the insurgencies, and provide a role at the UN peacekeeping as well. And about the arms, about the core of the Indian Army and the commands of the Indian Army. So there are 7 commands of the Indian Army, and Northern Command is in Udhampur. Northern Command is in Udhampur, JNK. So Central Command, Western Command is in Changi Mandir, Punjab, and Southern Command is in Pune, Pune, Maharashtra. Southern Western Command is in Jaipur, Rajasthan, and Eastern Command is in Kolkata. Training Command is in Shimla, Himachal Pradesh, and Central Command is in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. And
Question, like suppose if you get a recommend, so how long
Yes,
how long you'll be trained, and which classes you'll be like to opt for?
Sir, if I'll be getting recommended, I'll be trained in OTA Gaya, that is in Bihar, and I'll be trained for 11 months there.
OT Gaya or OT Chennai?
Sir, OTA Gaya.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Is it mentioned in your like follow up letter?
No, sir, it's mentioned training academy link. It's not mentioned about that.
Chennai or OT Gaya?
No, sir, it's not mentioned.
Sure.
Yes, sir, it's just mentioned pre-commissioned training academy. That's it.
It is mentioned over there. So have a look.
Okay, sir, I'll.
Anyway, you did later on, okay? Okay, you'll be trained in OTA Gaya. Like earlier, the technical entry was trained in OTA Chennai. Why in like right now it didn't go up? Why so? What's the reason?
Sir, it's in like right now. It's in. Not getting a question. You said it's in Chennai.
No, OTA Chennai is there, right?
Yes. sir.
Earlier, the training for the technical entry is also in OTA Chennai only.
Yes, sir.
Why are you aware about this fact or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But this time, like for like last time onwards, the training
Yes,
can
sir.
be have been shifted for the
Shifted
technical
to Gaya. Yes.
to Gaya. What is the reason behind that?
Sir, firstly, like my friend Devyanshu told me, as he's training, he's the last batch over there. So he told me that there were like the amount of the candidates that were there, that was around 800, and they were appropriate. And then after that, the OTA Gaya was about to get closed. So that is why the posting of the tech graduates is there. And that will be focusing much more upon the technical part and not the other parts that they have to learn. So that is how it's.
Yes. Akshay, please tell me one thing. Right now, you mentioned that you're working at NIS, right? NIC. NIC. So right now, you are not in a leading position actually, right? You are
Yes, sir.
reported to your boss. Who is your boss?
Sir, Mr. Vikas Pandey.
suppose you get into the position of Mr. Vikas Pandey, right? You become the boss and you are having you are being in charge of that particular NIC center. Not really about this NIC, like what will be the, suppose you got a chance to lead over there in your workplace, what are the improvements that you would like to have in your own particular department?
Okay. Sir, so Mr. Vikas sir has actually is a great leader, and I do not think that he has left any like thing unturned. So he is doing all that is required, and because of him, we are all a close knit family, and like he is the best person that I have actually come around, because the way he connects with the team, the way he actually gives the command, and that doesn't feel like we are working, but it feels like it's a team that is on track. So I do not think that I'll make some changes. I'll actually follow him, whatever he's doing.
Okay, Archita. Archita, now please tell me a few more things like you mentioned about he's exceptionally good leader, right?
Yes.
And it's keeping this thing apart, coming towards your OTA Gaya itself. Suppose you'll be getting into OTA Gaya after your training. You'll be getting a chance to opt for any other branches, right? Which branches or what are your priorities over there?
Yes, sir. And sir, I have thought that I'll like join military intelligence branch.
Are you eligible for military intelligence?
Yes, sir.
How come? From SSC Tech.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is this? Military intelligence?
Sir, any information that is collected, synthesized, and analyzed is intelligence. So intelligence is actually very important part of
No, you have given a great definition. What is the definition? Please repeat.
any information that is collected, synthesized, and analyzed is intelligence.
What do you mean synthesize?
So synthesized in a way it means that like so how would I explain? Sir, making it in a way of your own use, like that.
So like
Yes, sir.
where do you want to be the part of military intelligence? What sort of like experience do you have regarding that?
Sir, I do not have any experience regarding that, but the work of the military intelligence is that what excites me the most. So that is how I want to join the military intelligence branch.
Okay, please tell me a few like insurgent groups of Northeast.
Sir, Northeast is actually like having a lot of insurgents groups, like in Assam.
Before starting the insurgent groups of Northeast, tell me about what is the difference between terrorists and militants?
Okay, sir, terrorists, they can be from the other country. They are the other country people who are actually coming to attack the country or like dysfunction, like to dysfunction the country is working. On the other hand, militants are the people who are living inside a country and they
Are you sure?
are protesting against it.
Are you sure about your definition?
Yes, sir. 70% sure, sir.
Why 70%? Why not sure 100%? So take your time understanding both of the terms, right? Terrorist and militant. Basically, if you're going for the military intelligence, you have to handle these things on, right? So you need
Yes,
to ask what is actual terrorist and what is militant.
Yes, sir. I'll read about it, sir.
Anyways. Talking about like insurgent groups.
Yes, sir. Sir, United Liberation Front of Assam and United Liberation Front of Sikkim and so that I cannot remember other party, other insurgent groups that are there.
Only two
I'll
groups.
read about it. Yes, sir. Only two groups.
What is the first group? United Liberation
Front of Assam.
Front of Assam. Like who is the
Yes,
leader
sir.
of this?
So I do not have any information, sir. I'll read up on it.
Of Sikkim?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, tell me about the northeastern states. So how many northeastern states do we actually name them with their capitals?
Okay, sir. Sir, Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar, and Assam, Dispur.
Deepak Verma is there, right? Assam is?
Sir, Assam, Dispur.
This for Guwahati.
Dispur, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Nagaland, Kohima. And sir, Tripura.
Capital?
Tripura, sir, I'm not able to remember. Sir, Manipur is there. And
Anyways, leave it.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me about like once you did the part of military intelligence. At that time, what are the most probable postings of yours?
sir, most probable postings, like it may be in the northeast area or it may be in the like J&K area.
Tell me,
Dalavi,
like in J&K, what are the militant groups over there, or what are the insurgent groups over there?
sir, I do not know about it. I'll read about it, sir.
Why do you want to be the part of military intelligence if you don't know anything about that? What will be your role? Please tell me about that. Who told you that you are supposed to go for the military intelligence? It sounds that you have just read about one of the good things. Okay, military intelligence is also the part which I can become. You don't know anything about that. Please tell me about like what will be your role in the military intelligence. And
Sir,
like from where you got excited, you know about this military intelligence and you made it your priority.
Sir, military intelligence is all related to the like collecting the information and actually using that against the enemy and in like favor of our own country. So that is intelligence. So like that is what actually excited me, like to conduct secret operations, all these things. So that is what I think made me much more attracted towards this branch. And like all the reconnaissance operation, operational
What
planning,
is
decision.
your second priority?
So second priority is artillery.
Artillery.
Yes.
What is artillery?
Sir, artillery is like the firepower, or we can say the god of the war. That provides
God
the
of the war.
firepower. Yes, sir.
Okay. Firepower means they have tanks and something else.
Yes, sir. They have like howitzers and mortars.
What is howitzer?
So howitzer is a type of a big gun. Howitzer was basically made to shoot the enemies that are like on the other side of the mountain. So they like it is on the higher angle. So like around 70% angle is there, and then like it shoots the on the other side of the mountain, crosses the crest of the mountain. So that is the role of the howitzer.
Okay. What is the difference between the howitzer and tanks?
Okay. Sir, howitzer like it
Are
is
tanks also the part of artillery or not?
no, sir. Tanks are a part of armored core.
Tell me about name the 5 tanks that Indian Army is using.
Okay, so I remember only 3 tanks, sir. T-90, T-72, and Arjun.
What is the full name of Arjuna?
Sir, I do not know.
What is the number?
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, I do not remember. Not sure about it.
And like Akshita, now again I'm asking you, why do you want to be a part of the armed forces? If you're enjoying your life right now, you're doing pretty well with NIC. The past 2 years you have been working over here, and the second option that I personally feel that you will be going for the permanent examination of the NIC and you will be a permanent member over that. So why defense forces and why should we select?
Sir, I love the lifestyle, as I said. The lifestyle is actually uncomparable to any other organization that I'm working in. The kind of sports that I'll play, the kind of job that I'll do, that is not here in the like civil side. So that is what attracts me the most. And on the other hand, there are a lot of transfers. So I love the concept of transfers because I will be seeing new places, meeting new people, and the bonds that are created.
Akshay, suppose it happens that you get recommended right now. Just tell me about this particular routine or the time frame that you are utilizing it currently in the current job profile or the current day-to-day life. How this life is going to get affected and how much challenges you have to face while you're in the process of becoming an officer. Just tell me about that.
So like after getting recommended, what will be my
Yes,
routine?
yes.
Yes.
I'm not asking about your routine. I'm talking about what sort of challenges you have to face once you'll be getting recommended and will be getting into the training part. What sort of challenges will have to face?
Okay, sir. In training part, I like have talked to my friend Vivanshu. So he has told me about what are the things that he is actually facing. So like he does not get enough of the sleep, and I do have that kind of problem that whenever I am not fully rested, I do not work that properly. So I will be having that problem. On the other hand, like on the other hand, there is a lot of physical activities that are there. So I think that I'll be able to cope up with, because I am active over here as well, and I'll be active over there. But yes, that will be challenging. And as I have heard that like there's a lot of other activities that are related to like physical exercises, like horse riding is also there, and that actually is very dangerous. So his leg also got like fractured with that. So that is the thing I'm a little bit like concerned of. On the other hand, I think, sir, I'll like fully get on with it.
Understood. Questions left you?
Sir, firstly, because I think that I'm an easygoing person, and I am a person that is reliable. So my my whole office team actually thinks that I'm a reliable person. So if I think working in the civil side reliable at my organization, I'll be a reliable source in the army as well. So, and other thing is that my friends think that I'm a person who can be trusted with their secrets and vulnerabilities. So that, and I can lead well, and I can handle pressure. So I think, sir, that is why.
Tell me about what is the biggest like achievement that you consider of yours so far?
So biggest
What?
achievement.
Biggest achievement of yours that you have considered so far?
Sir, biggest achievement, you can say that I was having a little bit problem in the public speaking area. So actually, when in the last year only, I was like in the 11th hour, I was given the duty of actually presenting my department and the digital works that we are being doing. Just like 1 hour before, we were just like mentioned that I have to give the presentation. So I think that giving the presentation in front of the 500 to 600 people, that was the biggest thing that I think I have achieved. Because yes, sir.
I've asked a lot of questions. Shita, if you have any question for me, you can also ask.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, your psychology has been done. Your interview is also about complete.